She said she didn't want a label. But she had one, it just wasn't mine. I found her listed as in a relationship on another account. So I commented, "Glad you found the words you needed." I met Sarah at a local music festival in Austin, Texas, in the fall of 2019. We connected over our shared love for indie bands and spent the evening talking and laughing. After the festival, we started spending more time together, going on hikes, exploring the city, and sharing our favorite music. As our relationship grew, I began to develop deeper feelings for her. However, whenever I tried to discuss the nature of our relationship, Sarah would say, "I just don't want to put a label on it." I respected her wishes, thinking that our connection was strong enough without defining it. Over time, I noticed changes in her behavior. She became more secretive with her phone and would often be unavailable without explanation. One evening, while browsing social media, I came across a profile that looked like hers. To my surprise, her relationship status was set to in a relationship, and there were pictures of her with another man. Feeling betrayed, I commented on one of her photos. "Glad you found the words you needed." The next day, she called me, trying to explain that she was confused and didn't mean to hurt me. I told her that she had made her choice, and I made mine by ending our relationship. In the following days, I focused on healing and self-improvement. I started therapy, picked up new hobbies, and reconnected with old friends. Eventually, I met someone new, Emily, who was honest and upfront about her feelings. With her, there were no games or secrets, just a genuine connection. Looking back, Sarah's betrayal, while painful, led me to a healthier and more fulfilling relationship. Sometimes, difficult experiences pave the way for better outcomes. A few weeks after I blocked Sarah, things were finally calming down. I stopped checking her socials. I stopped wondering if she tried to reach out again. I thought I was done with it. But then something strange happened. My friend Jake sent me a screenshot late at night. It was from a Facebook group for local musicians. Someone had posted a long message about a bitter ex who couldn't handle rejection, and how some people can't accept that love fades. The post didn't name names, but the timing, the tone, it was obvious. It was Sarah. And she was painting me as some crazy guy who couldn't move on. I didn't respond. Not at first. I figured if I stayed quiet, it would blow over. But people started talking. Mutual friends reached out with that awkward, "Hey, just checking in," kind of message. One even asked me if I was okay because the stuff she said sounded serious. I was pissed. Not because she lied, honestly, I expected that. But because she dragged my name through the mud just to protect her image. She cheated. She lied. And now she was trying to make it look like I was the problem? I gathered every screenshot. The texts she sent me, the photos, the social media posts from both her public and burner accounts. I had them all. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted the truth out there. So I made a post. Just one. No name-calling. No insults. Just screenshots. Side-by-side comparisons. Dates. Proof. And then I logged off. The next morning, my phone blew up. Jake called. "Dude, it's like wildfire. Everyone's seen it." She messaged me within the hour. Long paragraph. Started with, "I can't believe you do this," and ended with, "Please take it down, people are harassing me." I didn't reply. That's when the real twist came. A guy named Brandon messaged me. I didn't know him, but his name sounded familiar. He said, "Hey, I saw your post. I'm the guy Sarah was seeing." I stared at the message for a full minute. He continued, "She told me you were her ex from 2 years ago. That you were obsessed with her. That you kept trying to come back. I had no idea you were still together. I'm done with her. Just wanted to say I'm sorry you went through that." I didn't know whether to feel validated or more disgusted. Turns out, Sarah had been running her own storylines with different people. To him, I was the crazy ex. To me, she was the no labels girl who wasn't ready for commitment. To others, we never even existed. Brandon and I talked for a while. Not friends or anything, just two people trying to make sense of the same storm. But Sarah wasn't finished. 2 days after that, a fake Instagram account popped up posting cropped screenshots of our conversations. Out of context. Edited. It made me look like the liar. Like I'd been begging her to come back, threatening her when she refused. It was subtle enough that someone who didn't know the full story might believe it. I reported it. Instagram took it down after a few days. But by then, damage had been done. Some people believed her version. Some believed mine. Others just stepped away. That's when my boss called me into his office. "Hey," he said carefully. "I got an email from someone claiming you've been harassing a woman online. Normally I wouldn't bring this up, but they linked your name to a thread that's circulating." Sarah had sent an anonymous complaint to my workplace. Luckily, my boss had common sense. I showed him everything. The post. The messages from Brandon. The screenshots. He believed me. But he also said, "Let's keep things quiet for now. We don't want any drama tied to the company." So now, not only had she blown up my social life, but she was trying to ruin my job too. That's when I stopped playing nice. I thought exposing the truth would be the end of it. I didn't want more drama. But Sarah wasn't just trying to protect herself, she was out for blood. A few days after the HR scare, my landlord texted me. "Hey, just a heads up, someone called pretending to be from your job. Said you'd been let go and might be moving soon. Asked about your lease." I sat there staring at the message. She was trying to get me evicted now. I asked the landlord if they could give me the number the caller used. They did. It wasn't hers, not directly, but I cross-checked it with one of the burner accounts I'd seen commenting on my post. Same area code. Same weird phrasing in the messages. I knew it was her. At that point, it was harassment. I started documenting everything. Dates, times, screenshots. I spoke to a friend who worked as a paralegal. He said I might have grounds for a restraining order. I didn't want to go that route unless I had to, but I was getting close. Then Brandon messaged me again. "You need to know something," he wrote. Apparently, after he confronted her and cut things off, Sarah didn't take it well. She told him she was pregnant. Said it was his. He asked for proof. She got cagey. Then emotional. Then aggressive. So he offered to go with her to a clinic. She ghosted him. Then, a week later, she posted an ultrasound on Instagram. It was dated for 5 weeks prior, when she was still seeing both of us. She cropped out the name, but someone noticed the file number matched one from a Google image search. She faked the ultrasound. Brandon confronted her again. She blocked him on everything. That's when I realized she wasn't just lying, she was spiraling. But here's where it got worse. About a month after my post went viral, I started dating someone new. Her name was Lily. She worked at a local bookstore, and we hit it off pretty quickly. She didn't know anything about the drama at first. I didn't want to unload that baggage right away. After a few weeks, I told her the story. I left out the darker parts, just said an ex lied and things got ugly online. She said she understood. A week later, Lily started getting strange DMs. At first, they were vague. "You don't really know who you're dating." Then more direct. "He cheated on his ex, lied to her. Gaslit her. He'll do the same to you." All from anonymous accounts. I knew it was Sarah. The style was the same. The same weird punctuation. The same fake, concerned friend voice. Lily showed me the messages and asked, "Is this her?" I nodded. "Yeah." Lily paused. "This is next level." I didn't blame her for being shaken. I would be too. But she didn't run. Instead, she said, "Let's shut this down." She helped me file the police report. She helped me talk to a lawyer. We gathered everything: texts, emails, burner account screenshots, the fake ultrasound, the fake work call, even the complaint to my boss. But before anything official could happen, Sarah made one more move. She showed up at my apartment. I was out. Lily was there alone. Sarah rang the bell, pretending to be delivering a package. When Lily opened the door, Sarah tried to walk in. Lily slammed the door shut. I came home 15 minutes later to find Lily shaken, sitting on the couch with pepper spray in her hand. I called the cops. That was the final straw. Now I had proof. Witnesses. A pattern. I filed for the restraining order. I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to destroy her life. But I was done being afraid of what she'd do next. And just when things started calming down again, a mutual friend sent me a link. Sarah had started a blog. A long, winding post about narcissists, emotional abuse, and surviving manipulation. Again, no names. But the timeline was ours. The details were twisted just enough to look real. In the comments, people were supporting her, telling her she was brave, saying things like, "Thank you for sharing this, I went through the same thing." Some of them started messaging me. One called me a predator. One threatened to show up at my workplace. One posted my home address. So now, I had to move. Change my number. Lock down every account I owned. And still, she wasn't done. I changed my number. I locked down all my social media. I moved across town, changed the lease to Lily's name so my name wouldn't be searchable. I thought that would be the end. It wasn't. 3 months later, I got a letter. Not from her. From a lawyer. She was suing me for defamation. I laughed at first. It felt ridiculous. But then I felt sick. The letter was real. It had the whole breakdown, her blog post printed as evidence. Screenshots of my post, but carefully cropped, missing the parts where she lied or manipulated things. She even claimed I orchestrated a smear campaign against her. The first lawyer I spoke to said, "She doesn't have a case. But she's going to drag this out and make it messy." He was right. She wasn't trying to win. She was trying to exhaust me. Financially. Emotionally. Publicly. And it was working. I stopped sleeping. I lost weight. Lily was holding me together at that point, but even she started getting tired. I don't blame her. When you're with someone who's constantly under fire, you start to burn too. Then I got an email. No subject line. Just a link. It was to a Dropbox folder. Inside were audio recordings, phone calls, voicemails, screenshots. Not mine. Hers. Someone had uploaded Sarah's private conversations, unedited. Her bragging about the blog, saying it was all fake. Saying it was funny to watch people believe her. Saying, "If I can't ruin his life, I'll at least ruin his peace." At first I thought it was Brandon. But when I asked him, he said no. I don't know who did it. Maybe another guy she burned. Maybe one of her friends finally grew a conscience. But whoever it was saved me. I gave the folder to my lawyer. He sent it to hers. Case dismissed. But I wasn't done. I made one more post. Not on Reddit. Not on Facebook. On a website of my own. I laid out the whole timeline. Dates. Screenshots. Audio clips. The lawsuit. The recordings. Every lie. Every twist. Every step. I didn't use her full name. But people knew. And this time, I wasn't scared. The post went viral. That was the real ending. Her blog disappeared overnight. So did the fake Instagram accounts. The Twitter burner she used to follow me. All gone. Like she hit the panic button and erased herself from the internet. People turned on her. Not in a pile-on way, just quietly. They unfollowed. They unfriended. The support dried up. Lily and I stayed together for a while after that. But the damage was done. Not between us, really. Just in me. I wasn't the same. Always waiting for another strike. Always watching over my shoulder. Eventually, Lily said she needed peace. I didn't blame her. I wanted that too. We ended things kindly. It took a long time for things to feel normal again. I kept a low profile. Stopped posting. Stopped talking about it. But I never forgot what she said in one of those recordings. If I can't ruin his life, I'll at least ruin his peace. She didn't ruin my life. But for a while, she did take my peace. And the truth is, I made a mistake too. I ignored the signs. I let things slide. I let no labels be enough when I wanted more. I gave her space when I should have demanded clarity. I didn't protect myself until it was too late. That's on me. I still think about that comment I left on her post. Glad you found the words you needed. She did. But so did I. Mine were, never again.